Ah, Ohio minasan. Today, we are continuing Genki Chapter 14. We last left off about maybe 20% into Chapter 14. We had just gone over kamoshirenai, kamoshiremasen, which are possibilities. They're very common things that you would use in a sentence if you were, say, unsure of what you were trying to describe. And they are used all the time. So let's see. Up next, we're moving on into giving and receiving. Now, giving and receiving is a bit different in Japanese than it is in English. And this is actually a very good graphical representation. The closer the giver is than the receiver comparatively, you will use the verb ageru if you are moving, if the gift is going like away from you, so from you to someone you know, or from someone you know to someone that's even further away. Conversely, when you're on the receiving end, or if they're giving towards you, you would use the verb kureru instead. So, Japanese has two verbs for giving. The choice between the pair depends on the direction of the transaction. Imagine a set of spheres of relative psychological distances, with me at the center, you next to me, and everyone else at the edge. When a thing moves away from the center, the transaction is described using the verb ageru. When a thing moves towards the center, the verb we use is kureru. With both ageru and kureru, the giver is the subject. It is accompanied by the particle wa or ga. The recipient uses the particle ni. Watashi wa sono onna no hito ni hana o agemasu. I will give the woman flowers. Sono onna no hito wa otoko no hito ni tokei o agemashita. The woman, I need to get my drawing cursor out up here. Let me move this over to this side. So, we have the woman, ono no hito wa, gave the man, agemashita, otoko no hito, a watch, ni toke. Yoshin ga, watashi ni, atarashii kuruma o kureru kamoshiremasen. My parents, Yoshin ga, towards me, watashi ni, atarashii kuruma, a new car, o kureru kamoshiremasen, might give me. So there's that kamoshiremasen that we just learned last time, and this time because the direction of giving is towards us, we use kureru instead of ageru. So transactions that are described with the verb kureru can also be described in terms of receiving with morao. With morao, it is the recipient that is the subject of the sentence with wa or ga, and the giver is accompanied by ni or kara. So, watashi wa, me or I, ane ni, from my big sister, furui jisho o moraimashita, an old dictionary received. I received an old dictionary from my big sister. So in this case, we are the subject because we are the ones doing the receiving. We are the subject of morao. So compare the above morao sentence with the kureru version below, noting the particle switch. Ane ga watashi ni furui jisho o kuremashita. So this time, the sister is the subject because she is doing the giving. Because kureru means give, and morao means receive. Footnotes. I love footnotes. When a transaction takes place between two people other than yourself, the verb to use is normally ageru. Kureru is possible only in limited contexts in which you should think you yourself have benefited because somebody very close to you has received something. It should be easy for you to identify yourself with a member of your immediate family or a very good friend, for example. 大統領が妹に tegami o kuremashita. So the president gave my sister a letter. Because you relate very closely with your sister, then you feel some kind of like benefit from her getting that. I guess some kind of familial honor. I wouldn't really personally feel that way, but I don't have that Japanese culture in me. Anyway, morao is like kureru and implies that you identify yourself more closely with the recipient than with the giver. Thus, it is wrong to use morao if you receive from me, for example. It is one indication that nobody can be detached from their ego. So what they're saying here is it's wrong to ask if someone else received something from you, or tell them that they received something from you using this verb, because it sounds like condescending and rude. Oh yes, instead of saying, I gave this to you, you're saying, you received it from me, implying like, oh, you had the honor, the luxury to receive this from me. No, you don't talk like that. Nobody talks like that. I guess in fiction, you might see somebody talking like that. If they're like super arrogant, that'd be a pretty funny way to write somebody. I'd be okay with that. Okay. Next section. Tara dou desu ka? Tara dou desu ka after a verb conveys advice or recommendation. The initial ta in tara dou desu ka stands for the same ending as in the past tense short form of a verb in the affirmative. So that's just the past casual short form. In casual speech, tara dou desu ka may be shortened to tara dou or tara. These things right here are what make trying to read anything so hard, because literally every proper grammar has slang and short forms. So if you don't know those, you're going to be sitting here wondering, this grammar doesn't make any sense. I didn't study this. That's why we're going through this book again. Motto benkyou shitara dou desu ka? Why don't you study more, or harder, as they translate in this case. Motto means more. Kusuri o nondara dou desu ka? How about taking some medicine? Tara dou desu ka may sometimes have a critical tone, criticizing the person for not having done the activity already. Gotta be careful with this one. Therefore, it is safer not to use it unless you have been tapped for consultation. Also, the pattern is not to be used for extending invitations. Yes, it would sound rude if you were to be critical of someone for not, like, already coming to your house. If, for example, you want to tell your friend to come visit, you do not want to use tara dou desu ka, but you should use masen ka. Uchi ni kimasen ka? Instead of uchi ni kitara dou desu ka? This kind of implies, why aren't you already at my house? What's going on, man? You're supposed to be here. Kinda critical. Alright, numbers. Numbers are called the basic structure for expressing numbers. Noun plus the number. And also, don't forget, counters. Because for every possible subject you could think of, there's a different counter. Like here, in this sentence, for example, this right here is the counter. Iki is the counter for small animals, like a cat. Personally, my favorite counter is mai, because it's the counter for flat things, and I like to talk about flat girls a lot. Watashi no uchi ni wa neko ga 3 biki imasu. There are 3 cats in our house. Kasa o 3 bon kaimashita. We bought 3 umbrellas. You can add mo to the number word when you want to say as many as. Watashi no haha wa neko o 3 biki mo katte imasu. My mother owns 3 cats. 3 whole cats. She's a crazy cat lady. Kyo... Wait, that's not kyo. That says kino. I can read. I'm not illiterate, I swear. Kino no party ni wa gakusei ga 20 nin mo kimashita. So, the mo here expresses that like 20 people came. Like 20 is a big number. 20 people came to the party yesterday. That's outrageous. And here's where I'm gonna start forgetting grammar. Shika. You can add shika to the number word and turn the predicate negative when you want to say as few as or only. Watashi wa nihongo no jisho o issatsu shika motte imasen. So, satsu is the counter here for like books, papers. So issatsu shika, only one, because we changed the predicate to masen. Motteimasen. I only have one. Kono kaisha ni wa pasakon ga 2台 shika arimasen. So there are only 2 2台 shika arimasen. Only 2. Dogen noto, the use of short forms in casual speech. Let's see, the dialogues in this lesson contain many examples of short forms as they are used in the informal, casual spoken Japanese. Let's examine some of the lines from the dialogue section. Aketemo ii? Is it okay if I open this? This is a question that simply asks for a yes or no. These types of questions hardly ever have the question particle ka at the end. The rising intonation alone marks them as questions. Aketemo ii? Wa and e. You say wa when you find something exciting, just like the English wow. You say eh when you hear something amusing, hard to believe, or mildly surprising. Eh? So desu ka? Konna no ga hoshikatta n da. Konna no ga hoshikatta n da. I want that kind of thing. Nda is the explanation modality, the short form counterpart of ndes. Female speakers have the choice between the gender-neutral nda and the more feminine no in closing an explanation sentence. Meari-san anda no? Many question sentences in casual spoken Japanese end in no. So, in addition to no being explanations, it can also be more questions, and you have to figure it out on the context. Meari-san ga anda no? Obviously, the context here would be pretty clear. If you already know that Mary knit the sweater, then you wouldn't be asking, did you knit this? Which is the short form counterpart of the explanation modality ndes. So it's the same thing, it's just being used in a different function. As are questions ending in ndesu ka, most no questions are fishing for detailed explanations as a response. They are gender neutral. Kite mite, the te form of a verb is used as a request. More politely, you would want to say te kudasai. Kite mite kudasai. Put it on and let me see, is basically what this means. Na. Na at the end of a sentence after a short form predicate indicates exclamation of admiration, frustration, or some such strong emotion. Na is mostly used when you're talking to yourself, as I've been doing for the past week. Nihongo no sensei wa yasashii na. Man, that professor is nice. Ii kyokasho na. It's a great textbook. Kyokasho. Ii kyokasho na. Onaka ga suita na. They write this as I'm hungry, but this is literally like stomach is wanting stuff. Anyway, ano hito wa kecha da na. Kechi da na. That guy is cheap. Okay, dekiru, and dekinai has all these different meanings. Very versatile word. I hate versatile words. I like specific words, so I don't have to figure out what they mean. Also, this first sentence is a complete lie. Nihongo ga dekimasu? No, not true at all. I am not capable at Japanese. Kare wa ski ga dekimasen. He can't ski. That's true about me. I can't ski. Check. Testo de amari dekimasen deshita. I didn't do well on the exam. Probably also true. Dekiru can mean something is finished or completed. Bangohan ga dekimashita yo. Dinner is complete or ready. Shukudai wa dekimashita ka? Have you finished your homework yet? Dekimashita ka? Is it done yet? Something appears or comes into existence. Sure. Atarashii mise ga dekimashita. A new store has appeared or come into existence, or in this case, opened. Tomodachi ga takusan dekimashita. A lot of friends exist. Yes, I have many friends. That's also a lie. Scratch that out. Anyway, practice. Hooray. Time for fun. So, this is back to hoshi for want or desire. Items marked with a circle are what you want. Items marked with an X are what you do not want. Make sentences using hoshi. Example. Hon ga hoshii desu. Afura ga hoshikunai desu. So this is going to be very straightforward. Just drilling hoshi and hoshikunai into my brain. So, money. Okane o hoshii desu. I want money. Yes, very true. Give money. Sweater. Do not want. Seita o hoshikunai desu. I don't want a sweater. I got a million sweaters. Get out of here. Computer. This is a lie. I definitely want computers, but for the sake of the textbook. Pasakon o hoshikunai desu. I do not want a computer. Motorcycle. Baiku o hoshii desu. I want a motorcycle. Stuffed animal. Nuigurumi o hoshikunai desu. I don't want a stuffed animal. Okay, so now we're going to do past tense. Items marked with circle are what you wanted when you were a child, and X is what you don't want. Make sentences using hoshii. So, same example. Kodomo no toki, on ga hoshikatta desu. And for the scarf, Kodomo no toki, mafura ga hoshikunakatta desu. So, hoshikunai becomes hoshikunakatta. Alright, so, video game console. Kodomo no toki, terebi game o hoshikatta desu. Definitely wanted those when I was a kid. Rings. Kodomo no toki, yubi wa o hoshikunakatta desu. I did not want rings when I was a kid. I also didn't want watches. Kodomo no toki, tokei o hoshikunakatta desu. Didn't need any of that. Toys. Yes, various toys. Kodomo no toki, omocha o hoshikatta desu. Definitely wanted toys. Flowers? Who needs flowers? Kodomo no toki, hana o hoshikunakatta desu. Had to look at the kanji for flower and think for a second. Is my brain really that dumb? How do I forget hana? Because I'm that dumb. Pair work. Time to play with myself. Ask yourself if your partner wants or wanted the item above. Okay. Okane o hoshii desu ka? Tottemo hoshii desu. Yes, I really want money. Sweater. Seita o hoshii desu ka? Iie, hoshikunai desu. Don't want a sweater. Pasakon o hoshii desu ka? Hoshii desu. Yes, I want a pasokon. Baiku o hoshii desu ka? Iie, hoshikunai desu. Do you want a motorcycle? No, I don't want a motorcycle. Pass on that. Nuigurumi o hoshii desu ka? Sukkoku hoshii desu. Do you want stuffed animals? Yes, I really want stuffed animals. But only if they're, Umos of Toho characters. Aha! Anyway. So, now we're doing part B again. Kodomo no toki, terebi game o oshikatta desu ka? Hoshikatta desu. Yes, I did want that. Kodomo no toki, yubi wa o hoshikatta desu ka? いいえ、欲しくなかったです。子供の時、時計を欲しかったですか？いいえ、欲しくなかったです。No, I did not want a watch. 子供の時、おもちゃを欲しかったですか？ええ、欲しかったです。Yes, I wanted toys when I was a kid. 子供の時、花を欲しかったですか？ Did you want flowers when you were a kid? いいえ、欲しくなかったです。No, I did not want flowers. Okay, or pair work. And I feel like I'm kind of zooming through all the prep work I did, which is a bit worrisome. Ask your partner which of the two items in the list they want more of and why. Example, Kuruma and Pasokon. Kuruma to Pasokon to どちらが欲しいですか？車よりパソコンの方が欲しいです。どうしてですか？車が運転できませんから。So, rather than a car, I would prefer a PC. Why? Because I can't drive a car. That's a good reason. If you can't drive, you probably don't want a car. Okay. What do we have here? コンサートのチケットと映画の DVD どちらが欲しいですか? So between a concert ticket and a DVD, a movie DVD, which do you want more? チケットより DVD の方が欲しいです。I'd prefer the DVD over the ticket. どうしてですか? コンサートに行きません。反発から。I can't go to a concert right now because there's a pandemic. Anyway, 小さい家と大きいマンションどちらが欲しいですか? Between a small house and a big condo, which do you prefer? マンションより家の方が欲しいです。I prefer the house over the big mansion. どうしてですか? マンションは大きすぎてメイドを大嫌いです。The mansion is just too big, and also I hate maids. Note, anything I say in this is all just completely made up and very untrue, because this is all for practice. Anyway, up next, 彼女といい友達どちらが欲しいですか? Between a good friend and a girlfriend, which do you prefer? 友達よりぺったん彼女の方が欲しいです。船に射精したいから。Anyway, moving on to the next question. 猫と犬どちらが欲しいですか? Between a dog and a cat, which would you prefer? 犬より猫の方が欲しいです。I would prefer a cat over a dog. どうしてですか? マンションは犬が禁断です。Because in this apartment building, dogs are prohibited, so I could not have one even if I wanted to. Really, I'm happy with either. But at the moment, I can't afford either, because bimbo desu. Alright, number 5. 時間とお金どちらが欲しいですか? Between time and money, which would you prefer? 時間よりお金の方が欲しいです。I prefer money. どうしてですか? お金は全部です。Money is everything. Everything. Anyway, class activity. Ask 4 people when their birthdays are and what they want on their birthday. Okay. Mary-san, when's your birthday? Mary-sanの誕生日はいつですか? 5月25日です。May 25th. 何が欲しいですか? What would you like? お金 Money. ロバートさんの誕生日はいつですか? When is Robert-san's birthday? 6月14日. June 14th. 何が欲しいですか? What do you want? 大きいお酒お願いします. I would like big bottle of alcohol in my mouth. Tasty. Okay, person number 3. 稲さんの誕生日はいつですか? 5月20日です。何が欲しいですか? 誰か私のペッタンは大好き。Fourth person, Michiko-san no tanjoubi wa itsu desu ka? When is Michiko-san's birthday? 11月6日. November the 6th. 何が欲しいですか? 世界平和. She wants world peace. No one cares what she says. This is a pointless exercise, but I'll read the example out anyway. もうすぐメリーさんの誕生日ですよ。It'll be Mary's birthday soon. そうですか? じゃあ、何かプレゼントを買いましょうか? Is that so? Then let's go buy a present. 何がいいと思いますか? What do you think will be good? そうですね。キッティちゃんのぬいぐるみはどうですか? What do you think about a Hello Kitty plushie? メアリーさんはぬいぐるみが欲しいと言っていましたから。Mary said she likes plushies. いいですね。そうしましょう. Okay, sounds good. Let's do that. All right. So here we have some kamoshiremasen drills. Pretty much every single sentence is going to be pretty simple and just drilling the fact that you have to change whatever this is into the short form. So in most cases we'll be dropping the des. And for maybe not, we will also have to make it negative. So for the example, 男の人は学生です. This just says he is a student. And over here we have, why did I say otoko? That's clearly a woman. Onna. Onna no hito wa gakusei kamoshiremasen. Maybe that lady's a student. Okay. Number 1. Onna no hito wa kaisha-in kamoshiremasen. Maybe she's an office lady. 男の人は先生じゃないかもしれません. Maybe he's not a teacher. 女の人はテニスが上手かもしれません. Maybe she's good at tennis. 男の人は背が高くないかもしれません. Maybe he's not tall. Wait, that's not how you pronounce that. It's hiku. 男の人は背が低くないかもしれません. 今、寒くないかもしれません. Maybe it's not cold now. That's flat out wrong. It's definitely cold now. 女の人は今日テニスをするかもしれません. Maybe she'll play tennis today. 男の人と女の人は今駅にいないかもしれません. Maybe the boy and girl are not at the station right now. 男の人は結婚しているかもしれません. Maybe he's married. Or maybe that man's married. 男の人と女の人は夫婦じゃないかもしれません. Maybe that man and woman are not a couple. 女の人は男の人に恐怖があるかもしれません. Maybe that lady is interested in that guy. And lastly, 女の人、昨日テニスをしたかもしれません. Maybe she played tennis yesterday. Man, those kind of drills drive me nuts. Okay. Complete the following sentences. Let's see. 明日の天気は寒いかもしれません. Tomorrow's weather will probably be cold. 今週の週末、私は忙しくないかもしれません. This weekend, I will probably not be busy. 私たちの日本語の先生はいないかもしれません. Our Japanese teacher probably doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist. 私の隣の人は昨日犬を散歩に出かけたかもしれません. I put in a bit of a long one there. So 私の隣の人は昨日犬を散歩に出かけたかもしれません. My neighbor yesterday probably took their dog out for a walk. Which is again made up because dogs aren't allowed here. Anyway. 今学期の後、私は召喚に行きます。行きますかもしれません. Yes, I can read. 今学期の後、私は召喚に行きますかもしれません. I'm sure that doesn't need to be translated, it's fine. Pear Work. Ask your partner what they think they will be doing in 10 years. Okay, me. Example. 日本語を勉強していますか? 10年後、日本語を勉強していますか? In 10 years, do you think you'll be studying Japanese? Probably, because I'm an idiot and I can't learn it. 日本語を勉強しているかもしれません. Yes, I will probably be studying Japanese. Okay. Question 1. 10年後、どこに住んでいますか? In 10 years, where will you be living? Let's see. ルナに住むかもしれません. I'll probably be living on the moon. That sounds reasonable. Question 2. 10年後、結婚していますか? In 10 years, do you think you'll be married? Let's see. かわいいぺたんこに会うなら結婚するかもしれません. That's a good answer. Anyway, moving on. Question 3. 10年後、奥さんはどんな人ですか? In 10 years, what kind of person do you think your wife will be, assuming she exists? 絶対にいる奥さん. 絶対かもしれません. She will definitely be a real person. Definitely, probably, maybe. Yes. Next one. Question 4. 10年後. Why do I keep saying 10? I've been poisoned by Grand Blue because of the Eternals. 10年後. 子供がいますか? いない. No. No. Not even in 10 years will I have children. Question 5. 10年後. 仕事は何ですか? I forgot how to pronounce this. Hang on. I just remembered how to pronounce it as I typed it into G-Show. So, in 10 years, where do you think you'll be working? 10年後、仕事は何ですか? ロボット教の奴隷かもしれません. I'll probably be a slave for some robot lord. That's the way I foresee things. I don't know about you. Question 6. 10年後、お金持ちですか? Do you think you'll be rich in 10 years? No. Okane mochi janai kamoshiremasen. Question 7. 10年後 週末よく何をしますか? In 10 years, what do you think you'll do often on the weekends? 麻薬パーティーに行きますかもしれません. Probably go to like opium parties on the weekends. I don't know. That sounds good. Okay, short pair work here. Make a dialogue with your partner by filling out the blanks as in the example. I'll just skip straight to whatever I wrote. 今週の週末お寺に来ない? This weekend, do you want to go to the temple? 今週の週末はちょっと this weekend is a little 後に流れなくてはいけませんかもしれないから I might have to maybe run away from an evil witch. I don't know. Anything could happen this weekend. Probably don't want to go to the temple. そうか、じゃあまた今度. And the response is just, oh, okay, maybe next time. I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't hear any of that crazy stuff you just said, you weirdo. Alright, getting a little parched. Time for some water. How do people talk non-stop for hours on end? My throat's already dry. So we finally got past the kamoshiremasen part into the ageru, kureru, and morao part. And there's still so much more practice. I actually only did parts A and B for this, and then we'll wrap up Japanese for the day and move on to Daibanchou. We've only got like 11 days to beat that game. Alright, you have just come back from a trip. Look at the picture and tell what you will give to the following people. Example. Chichi ni osake o agemasu. I will give my dad. It says whiskey, but it's read osake because that's just a general term for alcohol. So, what do I give to mama? Aha ni hon o agemasu. I give her a book. To my friend. Tomodachi ni chocolate o agemasu. To my roommate. I actually had to look up the word for roommate. It's just roommate in katakana. Roommate ni shatsu o agemasu. Maybe there's another word that I don't know. Feel free to tell me. To the younger brother. Ototo ni oshi o agemasu. He gets a hat. And to my teacher, with his fancy striped tie and his ugly short mustache, he gets tea. Sensei ni ocha o agemasu. Okay, fun pair work. By that I mean myself work. Ask what you would give to the following people on their birthdays. Give reasons. Example. Otou-san no tanjoubi ni nani o ageru tsumori desu ka? What do you intend to give to your dad on his birthday? Ryori no hon o ageru tsumori desu. I intend to give him a cookbook. Chichi wa ryori o suru no ga suki desu kara. Because he likes to cook. Alright, question 1. To Oka-san. Oka-san no tanjoubi ni nani o ageru tsumori desu ka? What would you like to give to or what do you intend to give to your mother on her birthday? Iwa o ageru tsumori desu. I intend to give her a rock. Iwa no kazoru no ga suki desu kara. Because she likes to decorate the garden. This is actually true. My mom loves getting rocks. Like, she will pick them up off the side of the road and take them home and then use them to decorate the garden. Because she's crazy. Okay. Oba-san. This is not Oba-san, it's Oba-san. Oba-san no tanjoubi ni nani o ageru tsumori desu ka? Boenkyo. I I had to sit here and think about this for a minute. I'm like, wait, what did I even write down? What are these kanji? Boen kyo o ageru tsumori desu. I would give her a telescope. I don't know why I decided telescope. It's not exactly a common word. The kanji for it are like hope, distant, mirror, which actually kind of makes sense if you think about those three terms together. Like the wish, distant lens, or mirror. It's a lens that lets you see things, like often our hopes and dreams. Bo in kyo. Bo in kyo o ageru tsumori desu. Uchu o skied kara. Because she loves space. The rest of these are all just made up BS and are not true at all. My aunt doesn't like space. Oji-san no tanjoubi ni nani o ageru tsumori desu ka? What do you intend to give your uncle for his birthday? Kaichu dento o ageru tsumori desu ka? I intend to give him a flashlight. Yoku mayo kara. He is often lost. Guy gets lost in the woods all the time. He needs a flashlight. Tomodachi no tanjoubi ni nani o ageru tsumori desu ka? What do you intend to give your friends for their birthday? Tomodachi no kao no e o ageru tsumori desu. I'll give my friend a painting of their face. Minbo desu kara. Minbo desu kara. Because he is a vain person. So we'll give him a picture of his own face. Enjoy, you jerk. Kyodai no tanjoubi ni nani o ageru tsumori desu ka? What do you intend to give your siblings on their birthday? Nani mo ageru tsumori desu. Nani mo wo tariru kara. I will give them nothing. That's all they deserve. Okay, girlfriend. Kanojo wa tanjoubi ni nani o ageru tsumori desu ka? What do you intend to give your girlfriend on her birthday? Uen na ai o ageru tsumori desu. I will give her my undying love. Soshite kao ni shase shimasu. Omedetou. And then I will jizz on her face. Okay. That wraps up our Genki for the day. I am going to get Daibanchou ready, but quickly end and restart the stream so they will be segmented. And one stream will just be Genki, and one stream will just be Daibanchou. Alright, let's get Daibanchou up. I'll get it ready and then do the switch. Need to kill our music from Shooting Probe. Get this on the correct monitor. Make sure that that button still works. And alright. Time to end stream and restart. We'll be back in like